Hi, everybody. CohhCarnage here with a thoughts video on kind of two things at once. We're going to be doing a thoughts video on the Cyberpunk 2.0 update and the Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty expansion. We will start with 2.0. Cyberpunk 2.0, in many ways, feels like the Cyberpunk 1.0 we didn't get. It is a more refined, a less buggy, and a more succinct version of what I think CD Projekt Red was trying to release with Cyberpunk. In many ways, Cyberpunk 1.0 was kind of like No Man's Sky on release. There was some really good stuff in there, including the story backbones, a lot of the voice acting, the characters. There was some great stuff. Night City in general was a huge, awesome, vibrant environment. But unfortunately, outside of the really good things, there were a combination of not so good things and also, to put it bluntly, just missing things. There was a lot of what we wanted Cyberpunk to be that the 1.0 release just didn't have, including, things like the police system, transmog, an interesting and unique ability and perk system, an actual functional itemization system. There was just a lot of stuff in 1.0 that frankly felt like it was either unfinished or it was kind of ripped from the RPG genre and just kind of dropped into Cyberpunk. And it didn't really work. A great example being that in a game like Witcher, it makes a lot of sense if you go out and, you slay some enemies and they drop some armor and, hey, the armor's better, let me put it on. That kind of makes sense in that world. But when you're talking about Cyberpunk in the year 2077, the idea of going around and looting like a pink miniskirt or a shirt with bitch on it and having that have more AC than the gear that you have equipped that looks badass and works, a lot. It just didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense. So again, that system works kind of in this type of game, but it didn't really work in Cyberpunk. It's kind of like Cyberpunk didn't really find its voice in 1.0. Thankfully, I can say now, having put 60-ish hours into 2.0, that my lord, this game has come a long way. From the much better working skill system with meaningful perk upgrades, with the ability system that actually is laid out and much more interesting in terms of fine-tuning what you want to do, from the police system being better, from the graphics and running better, from the lack of obvious in-your-face bugs all the time. There's still some bugs. There's still some issues. But in 1.0, they were everywhere. I mean, for instance, every time Johnny would talk to me, his graphic would be half there. Anytime you got in a car, the driving was so wonky, you were just slamming into things. That stuff has been fixed and smoothed over, and it makes a really, really big deal. The transmog system works well. The city has been smoothed out a little bit. Still kind of lacks some of that interactivity that I think a lot of people wanted, but there's no question that there's more organic immersion there, which is great. So the short of it is, Cyberpunk 2.0 to me feels like the release, where 1.0 felt like early access. Is this okay? No, it's not. I mean, I hate saying this as a CDPR fan, but the fact that our 1.0 is basically an EA, an unannounced EA, it sucks. And I very much pray to all gods available on this planet that CDPR realizes that this is not a path we can take in the future. But what is a reality is that they stuck with it. They stuck with it. They kept working on it. They kept pushing. And sure enough, they got this game to a point where I would say if this game released today in its current state, this would be miles and miles closer to the Cyberpunk that everyone wanted from CD Projekt Red. It was, frankly, a fantastic experience to revisit this in 2.0. And I think that in many ways, although not to the degree of like a No Man's Sky, there is no question that this is a redemption arc in terms of bringing this product up to the quality it deserves. Now, moving on to the second part of this thoughts video, this is all awesome because 2.0 builds a foundation. And that foundation is what Phantom Liberty is built on, and Phantom Liberty is fantastic. All the gigs and side quests I've done had unique features and felt good. The main story was awesome and had me constantly being entertained at each twist and turn. There are major choices, especially towards the end, that dictate the entire style and type of content that you'll be playing through. There's a new ending of the game, which we're not going to talk about, but think Edge Runners. It is a testament to what this product has become, and it is a cherry on top of the now delicious cake that 2.0 has offered. I absolutely loved and am loving the Phantom Liberty expansion. The new area looks fantastic. It feels alive. There are things going on everywhere. Even the ambient conversation is well voice acted. The main characters have depth and emotion in everything they do. Idris Elba, whoever decided to bring that guy in, I hope they get a raise because he nails his role in this expansion. I loved every second of having him on the screen. He felt so real and kind of connected to the world. It was awesome. Not only that, but I also loved that they brought back other characters and that it feels like their performance has been leveled up for this as well. So it the whole thing, just top to bottom, is it makes me sad, very sad, that we're not going to see more expansions in this game. As Phantom Liberty is the only expansion in the Cyberpunk, the base Cyberpunk 2077 world, it is so awesome and yet also so sad to see that this game and world has gotten to a point where it is actually amazing and that we're not going to be able to see more of this kind of moving forward. So without spoiling too much, we'll kind of do a quick synopsis. Cyberpunk 2.0 in many ways reinvents this game and makes it what this game should have been on release. I am thrilled to say, as somebody who was very vocal and in the camp that this game needed about 2.5 to 3 years more development, that now that it has had it, it's awesome. If you have not considered playing this game because of a lot of the negativity you heard about 1.0, now's a great time to play it. Right now, it's great. On top of that, once you do play it, start over from the beginning and play with Phantom Liberty. Expansion's fantastic. Everything about the expansion I've enjoyed so far. It's been a ride from beginning to end, and I thoroughly, thoroughly have enjoyed my time in this game. So, to complete the video, Cyberpunk 2.0, 2 thumbs up. Phantom Liberty, 2 thumbs up. A fantastic Cyberpunk RPG experience. I am so happy to see the people that poured the passion into this project in 1.0 see their vision realized. And honestly, I'm always going to be a little hesitant in my CDPR fanboying after the 1.0 debacle. But if they can show us they've learned from this and deliver their future products in the quality level that we see in Cyberpunk 2.0 and the Phantom Liberty expansion, that's going to go a really long way in bringing this company back up to where we can clearly see when they put in the effort, they deserve to be. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this thoughts video. Hope you enjoy your playthrough yourself. You can find me at twitch.tv/CohhCarnage. And as always, thanks for watching.